Hello, I'm Wes Crawford, and now we're going to look at some more advanced fills utilizing what we've learned so far. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to give examples. I'll tell what I'm going to do. I'll play one measure of a beat and then do the fill. For right now, we're going to do one measure fills. And then I'll go back to the beat to show how you get back. So one of the problems drummers have to confront is how do you get out of your fill and back to your beat very smoothly. So this is important to notice too. First, I'm going to show an example of a fill using quarter notes, then eighth notes, then 16th notes. So we're going to show how the different subdivisions can sound, each for one measure. Here comes quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Next, we'll do eighth notes, and I'll move those in a different way around the drum set. As you see on my fill, I went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice we're playing eighth notes on the hi-hat, so you can keep counting eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we'll try 16th notes. Notice that time I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I'm counting, the numbers, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 are constant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into 1. So all stays constant. Now, let's look at some of the different stickings or the order that we hit our hands and see how things can vary with those. We've been doing single strokes so far, so I'll move around for single strokes one more time. See, I changed the speed that I was hitting, but I used single strokes. I always alternated. Let's try double strokes. Same thing. I used double strokes, but I changed the speed of them in the middle. Let's try paradiddles, and we'll do them as 16ths, and we'll move from one tom to another, but keep the left hand on the snare, just as a further example. See, a much more complex pattern, sonic pattern developed just because we did this more complex sticking. We'll now do three-stroke patterns, and at the end we'll change it up just a little bit to make it fit right. You always have to make these fit right. See, we played them as 16th notes. If we had 16 16th notes in the fill and we had a three-stroke pattern, 3 goes into 16 5 times. So we played that pattern 5 times with one remainder. So I hit one extra snare drum hit as a 16th note at the end. These are the kinds of calculations you must make as you do fills. Rests are also very important. So let's do some silence. So far, every fill I've done has been constant notes, and that can be too much. We want to create more interesting rhythms and more drama sometimes with rests. I'll give a few examples. These are just a few examples. There are millions of combinations now that we have different stickings, and we can use rest to create all kinds of rhythms, and you can even use dynamics, loudness and softness. And we'll talk about that later.